Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the AFK Hour Podcast, episode 36. Today we have NABJR 1
Yo.
and SqueakyToad.
What up?
It's been a while since you've been on the podcast, Squeaky. Welcome.
I know. I haven't seen you guys since last year.
I think the last time you came up was like on episode 6, so it's been 30 episodes, so 30 weeks? Holy shit, like, oh my
I've just been
God.
hibernating all winter, honestly. I don't know.
See, you got a little Yoda person there.
I do. Isn't he so cute? Yeah, I bought him at the mall. I picked him up. I think I paid like way too much for him, but you know.
It looks cool.
Bag. He's my favorite bag for right now. Got a little hat on. He's all hip and stuff.
So, since we know that you're up north, how's the weather up there?
Oh, well. Temperature at the moment is -5 degrees with a wind chill of -17. And it's gonna be like that for the rest of the week, so yeah, I'm just gonna be inside, wrapped up as a burrito. I'm currently like freezing my ass off right now because I don't have my blanket with me, but you know, I can suffer for an hour, it's fine.
I was like, you also have your Yoda blanket, right?
Yeah. I do have a baby Yoda blanket. It's upstairs right now. Yeah. I think I have like when I sleep in a layer of like 1, 3, 4, like 5 blankets on top of me. I'm just like a giant like hill of a mountain of blankets on top of me when I sleep, and then you know when I wake up I just crawl out from under there.
Yeah, I sleep.
Like
Well, I have two. I have 2 layers, but I also turn on the fan on purpose so that I can be colder and fall asleep.
You want to be colder. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
It helps me fall asleep.
I mean, today in Texas, it was a really cold day. It was like in the low 60s. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie. So just to keep it warm a little bit, you know?
It's freezing.
I think over here it was like 70s.
Yeah,
That really feels like winter down there, huh? Yeah.
Doesn't feel like wintry. I went for a walk outside with like this.
Yeah, today I wore shorts to work.
Oh wow. Amazing.
Before I would wear a jacket. Now I'm just like, okay, it's 70. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I guess let me just put things into perspective. Like, whenever Christmas comes around or New Year's comes around, I know it's supposed to be winter, but it doesn't feel like winter. At least in Laredo, it never feels like winter or Christmas or New Year's. It just feels like a summer or like an autumn day. And then you just go back home and there's a Christmas tree there. I'm just like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's Christmas. I forgot. But yeah, I mean, we don't really experience the cold down here in Texas, especially in Laredo. But maybe occasionally it snowed like maybe twice in my lifetime in Laredo. And yeah, I mean,
I was not there for either of them.
You
I was in
mean,
San
like,
Antonio.
you kind of forget it's winter?
Yeah, you forget it's winter.
Yeah. I mean, only the winter experience we experienced through the movies.
Here is like kind of hard to forget about winter just because like all these seasons are so extreme here that you know exactly when it's winter, when it's spring, when it's summer, when it's fall here.
That's
Like,
why when
down
I
in Texas, it's different.
yeah, down here in Texas it's way different. Like
Mhm.
when I went to go visit you, that's why I was so fascinated by all the houses being covered in snow and there's snow everywhere. And like I was touching the snow, but some of them was already hard, and I didn't understand why it was hard. And you were explaining to me all the stuff. And then also when you showed me the mall that there was like a pile of snow, I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? It was Nick. It was bigger than the building, bro. The pile of snow, like.
Well, I mean, if it snows, right? It snows on the building and in like the parking lot. The snowplows have to push all the snow off of the
Don't worry.
parking lot somewhere, and they like put in a giant ass mountain of snow, like a mountain, and it doesn't melt until like July, mid-July,
Oh my
usually.
God.
Yeah.
So I was just like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is amazing, bro. I was just fascinated.
I will quote that this is also South Texas. If you go
Yeah.
to Northern Texas, they definitely experience winter. like Dallas. I'm pretty sure Dallas experiences winter probably the best from all the Texas. Well, if you go higher, I'm sure there is, but I think that's the biggest next city.
I think any city in the Panhandle like experiences winter there, but down here, South Texas, we're good. Like it's just nice.
I mean,
Where is the
San
Panhandle?
Antonio doesn't really get. I mean, it gets a little cold, but it doesn't snow, right?
No, it doesn't snow. It only snows like when Laredo snows, I guess.
Yeah, when
That's
it's
the
the
only time it
miracle in the
snows.
Lord.
The Panhandle is basically the very top of Texas. Okay, you know how Texas is like weirdly shaped? The very square at the very top, that's the Panhandle.
Just that little area on top.
Yeah, it's like also is El Paso part of the Panhandle? Like all that little area?
No. Well, I don't know. I didn't know what was considered the Panhandle. El Paso, Texas is like a weird shape, right?
Yeah.
El Paso is literally the
Oh,
corner of
yeah.
Texas on the left side. So if that's considered part of the Panhandle,
I
then
believe so. Like anything from that corner all the way to the top, that's all the Panhandle. If that makes sense.
So it's essentially
Yeah, sure.
cutting Texas in half. Is
Yeah.
that
When
what
I
you're
think of
saying?
Texas, I just think like the west side is all desert.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
Like, I
there's
never think
El
of
mountains.
Paso, I think, is one of the only places in that section. Well, it's all the way up to the left.
Hmm.
Okay.
There's a lot of
So
cities
all
down
the
in
way to the left.
Texas. Yeah.
If I ever am looking for El Paso, I'll just be sure to go all the way to the left and eventually find it, right?
Yeah, it's all the way to the left, right next to Mexico.
Yeah. If you hit Mexico, you went too far to the west.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I'll be sure to ask around.
I guess we'll jump into it. Nick, what have you been up to this past week?
Well, I mean, I've been up to sitting a lot, and I only play at night because my arms are like not good. So I charge them throughout the whole day, and then I use them at night, and then they start feeling pain, and then essentially I can't use them no more. But I've been playing. So we've been playing 7 Days to Die. Pretty much SSG Squad and Vero. We've been playing that, except we only play like Sundays and sometimes Mondays or Tuesdays. Because essentially one person spins up the server. And that's Vero. So whenever she can play, we play. And that's been pretty cool. Like I can set up turrets and stuff. And we're starting to upgrade our little stronghold. Except that we have yet to survive every 7 days they attack you. We haven't been able to survive one like without dying. Well, at least Andy has, but like that's a single person out of the 5 people. Everybody else has died through every single wave at least once. We finished the wave, but we just die and come back to life because you just essentially spawn again. But played that. We've been playing some Minecraft, finishing some other stuff, and we're gonna try to do some mini events that we're setting up for. And we played, at least me and Ricky were playing Castle Crashers like 2 days ago, I think. Because we kind of got that in December, and we played it for a little bit. And according to my brother, I played it before, but I don't remember anything. So we've been playing it, and what's really annoying about that game is that you spend a lot of money to buy the potions so you can survive, and then you don't have any money for the weapons they sell you. So like we were trying to not spend money, and we played this level like 10 times until I think we might have become too strong, because maybe you're not supposed to be that level at that time, but because we were like, fuck no, we're not gonna buy pots so we can survive. We're just gonna keep trying until we can pass this without dying. So when we go to the next level, everything was like so easy right now. But it's been fun still. We played that. In December, we also got Risk of Rain 2. So we played that also, and we unlocked a new guy. Except that game's really hard. Like it just keeps getting harder and harder. And Then we went to this map where you fall. When you fall, you don't die, but you spawn again with like tiny bit of life, and then they just keep spawning bosses on you. So depending on the level, on the difficulty, depending on how long you take to pass something, it just keeps getting harder and harder and harder and harder. So like beginning, they just summon like little monsters, and as time goes on, they start spawning like bosses and then more bosses, and it just keeps getting harder. So we made it kind of further than before, but we still died. But we unlocked a new character. So next time we'll try that.
I mean, would you recommend Risk of Rain? Because I always wanted to get it. I saw the first one, and it's like a dungeon crawler type. Like you collect powers and you fight different enemies, and then you level up, and then you go to different like realm. Is that
but that's kind of like that, but it's roguelike. So essentially, if you die, you just start from the beginning every time. And there's like, I don't know, like 400 items or something. And so all you do is like you kill, you get money, and then you'll find items throughout the map. And you collect a ton of items, and the items give you power ups so you can kill the monsters. But you can stay as long as you want on the first level, but the difficulty will keep increasing and more monsters will just keep spawning. And then if you go to the next realm like later, then it's a lot harder. It's like a lot harder. But I think it's pretty fun. I mean, I think it's a hard game. I think it says in the game that it's hard, and they're gonna release another update and then an actual DLC sometime this year. So I think, I mean, it's definitely worth getting. And it has a lot of replayability because even though the levels are, I don't know if there's more than the ones we haven't really made it too far, like 4 or 5 realms. But I don't know, like you can finish the game. We haven't finished the game yet. I don't know how you can finish the game. It's hard. But I think there's a lot of replayability because even though you're doing like essentially you're just shooting monsters, right? But there's different players or like characters. They have different abilities, and there's a lot of different items that all do different things. So the replayability is there, and then they're about to add. Well, I don't know when, but sometimes they're about to add more. So I would definitely recommend it. I don't know how it is playing if you only play by yourself, though. I mean, it's still good, but I don't know if it's as enjoyable. But I guess that's also coming from a person who doesn't like to play by himself. So I don't know.
Does the difficulty like get harder the more people you have in your party?
That's something I don't know. I think so. I think they scale the amount of bad guys that come out. But like it's not. I mean, towards the end, it does get super crazy, but like it's not like it's crazy difficult. Like it starts off, and you're like, this is all right. Like I think the last level is called ha 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 ha. Like in the difficulty. So as time goes on, you start off like I think like easy, and then medium, and then hard, and then you don't want to be alive, and then I see you. And then ha 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 ha. I think something like that. So it just keeps scaling, but like a lot. So some people they try to speed run the whole thing. So the point of the game is like each level there's like a bad guy, and you have to kill. Like you find the portal, you kill him, and then you go to the next level. So some people don't really get items, and they just run around, find the level, find the portal, and then just go to the next place. But we also we're like blue goblins, so we like to kill the monsters and pick up everything, and then go to the next level, and then shit just fucking hard when we get to the next level. But I mean, I'm pretty sure they do scale it because if it's the same amount of bad guys for 1 player, it probably wouldn't be enough for 4, because I think it's up to max 4 players. But it's still really enjoyable, I think. Except it's gonna take a little while to unlock characters. You'll probably have to play like 5 times of like going through it at least.
And how many hours have you sunk into the game?
That one, honestly, I mean, it's not as much as the other ones.
What's a good
we've only,
guesstimation?
well, I mean, I just pulled it up.
Oh, okay, never mind. All right, give us the accurate.
It says 7 hours. So like that one we like it guess every week we play like 3 hours. But also like that game is like you move a lot, right? Like you have to move your mouse a lot because you're shooting or your controller. So like I can't play right now that game a lot because a little after like 3 hours my hand hurts already. So that's why like we don't play it a lot because after a little while I can't play no more.
Yeah.
But I mean if you have, normal hands, I'm sure you can go long.
Normal hands.
Normal.
No pain. But I think it's worth it. I think it's like $20-$30 and I think it's been up, but like I said, they're about to release more updates, so I think it's worth it.
I think it's actually like in beta yet. It's like it's not completely out, is it? Because I know it's been in beta for a while.
I think it's out. It doesn't say beta in their page.
Okay, well then yeah, they're probably out then. I've been looking at the game for a while, and the only times I popped up to their page, it just says in beta. You can still buy it, like you know how you could buy games now in betas and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I was just like, I'm just gonna wait for it till it actually comes out, and then I guess I never kept tabs on it, so apparently it came out, and I wasn't paying attention to it. So now that I know, I'm probably gonna buy it and check it out. Cause like that game has always been on my mind, and I wanted to play it.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was popular until we got it.
I already beat the game.
You already beat the game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I beat the
Damn.
game all the levels solo.
Damn.
Really?
I don't even have it now.
Oh,
Just
okay.
kidding. Oh yeah, it sounds like a fun game though. Definitely something you probably would be better with friends in like a party.
I mean, I like that, but there's a lot of reviews where people play it. I mean, I guess if you like hard games, no, then it's like, I think a lot of people that played the second one played the first one. I've never played the first one, so I don't know. But yeah, we played that, and then yesterday, we did an impulse buy, and we got Valheim, and we played it for like 2 hours because we got it like towards the end of the night. It's pretty fun. I mean, the graphics are not the greatest. We watched this video before we got it, and the guy described it as PS2 graphics. I would kind of agree. It does look like PS2 graphics, but you're a Viking. It's a survival game, but it has a storyline and it has like bosses. This is an early access game, so it has a lot of stuff still for the people to make. But yesterday, so I cut trees yesterday, got us up to level 21 wood cutting. You have to be careful because if you cut the tree can fall on you and then you die. Or
like in real life.
if the tree, yeah, exactly. And then the tree can fall out another tree and it makes the other tree sometimes break too. And then that tree will fall and then break sometimes in two, and then that will roll towards you and then you can die.
Teaching you important life lessons here. Very good.
Yeah.
Cause and effect.
Yeah. And then you can also build like your little house and the treasure chests and stuff, except they're super tiny. Like they store very little. And you have like you level up your running and your jumping, slashing. We fought our first boss and that was pretty cool. We didn't know we were gonna fight a boss. It took us a little while because we only had like axes, stone axes. But essentially you can attack, you can roll dodge, you can block. And so you keep like attacking and rolling. And then you can like kill boars so you can get meat. So you can increase your health and berries. And then you can only eat like, it's weird because you can eat a berry and then you can eat a piece of meat, and then they stack and they make you have more health. So like you start off with like 20 health. If you eat like a berry or a meat, it increases it to 30, and then if you eat another unique meat, it'll move you to 70, and then if you eat a third one, which is like the max, I guess, of different types of things you can eat, then you'll have 100 health. So I thought that was unique, I guess, because I've never seen that. And it's not like you eat it and it goes away; it kind of like stays there for a while, and then you can eat again after it finishes of like staying there. But then your health will go back to like 30 or whatever.
Is it kind of like a buff?
Yeah, kind of.
Have you ever played Monster Hunter World?
No, I never played that game.
Well, basically, there's the same mechanic where you kill these monsters, you harvest their meats, and then you could go to your cat people, because there's cat people. They're like little pets, and you go to, and they're like your servants, I guess. And some of them are chefs, so you go to the chef cats, and you're like, here's all my meat. Can you make me something? And depending on what kind of meat you have, they'll give you like a special like meal, and that meal could give you different bonuses. Like one of them could give you like extra health, or one of them could give you stamina. And if you have the more meat, the more health you'll get. The more like veggies, because there's like exotic plants, the faster like more stamina you'll get and stuff like that. So like, and you could eat twice and it could stack. It depends on how much meat you bring back to the cats, and like they'll be like, oh, I'll cut it up and everything for you. And
no, like, I mean, right now that's what we learned. Also, when you kill boss, you gain something. So like we killed a deer, like a deer-like boss, and they gave us like a buff we can activate to have more stamina, and faster running, I think, or something like that. But I think there's only like 5 or 6 bosses right now, and then I think that's as far as the storyline is. But there's like, I think Stevie posted, it has overwhelmingly positive reviews right now for it being in an early access. And like, I mean, I know George doesn't find this exciting, but like when me, Izzy, and Ricky were playing, we were hunting a deer, and the deers are like super fast compared to you, so you have to like try to sneak up on them.
Wait, how won't I find this interesting?
Wait, I haven't gotten there.
Okay.
So you have to sneak up on them, but then your stamina runs out really quick. And we barely just are able to make like one bow. So with the bow itself, it's really hard to kill them unless you have the flint arrows. And we haven't gotten much flint. But anyways, so what we were doing, we all moved around. We saw the deer, and then we were like, okay, Nick, go to the left. Izzy, go to the right. And then we kept going close to the deer with it not noticing us, until it saw us and then started running, and we were all trying to capture it until we triangle, like with a triangle, essentially captured the deer so that it couldn't go anywhere, and we could finally hit it. And it was really fun, even though it was the simplest thing. It's just that the deer just keeps running away so much. And with our current like axes, like if you hit it once, it does some damage, but then it just runs away. And even if, I think our running level is like 15 now, and even with all our stamina, it always like gets away from you. So you have to like either very like do a ton of damage, which right now we don't do much damage, or like do a ton of damage with one arrow, and right now we don't have a lot of resources. So it was really fun just like boxing it in and then being like, this is how cavemen or like people back in the day used to do this. And then they only give you, yeah, exactly. And you're Vikings in the storyline, so you're like, yes, we Vikings are doing this. And it like, what sucks is that you kill the deer and then like you might get something or you might not. So it's just like, screw this shit. So like it takes forever. Yeah, or like you'll get one meat or one hide or something sometimes, and there isn't a lot of deers. You have to go find them, and the boars too. And there's like more enemies and stuff, but we haven't explored too much. But pretty fun so far. Played for 2-3 hours. Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be fun. It's like multiplayer up to 11 players.
Oh.
But yeah, that's pretty much what we've been playing. What I've been playing.
Well, let me ask you this: which game has better graphics, that game or Minecraft?
Wow. I already knew you were gonna ask that. I prefer PS2 graphics over squares for everything.
You got something? You have something against squares, huh?
Yes, I don't like bit-like graphics when it's like Minecraft. It's okay if it's like those older bit games, like 16-bit. So that's
Mhm.
sometimes okay, as long as it's a cheap game and doesn't cost a lot. But if it costs a lot, no.
Okay. How about you, Darlena? What have you been up to this past week?
Well, I have been playing a lot of Minecraft. I know Nick has just finished bashing it, but I enjoy the graphics very much because it doesn't make me sick. You know, like super realistic games tend to make me more sick because I don't know, it just messes with my brain. I've been working on my colony, mostly in Minecraft. It takes a lot of work, a lot of grinding, which I enjoy. But yeah, most of the grind is just trying to find all the materials you need to build and upgrade your buildings. There's like a bunch of different buildings you can build for your colonists. Each building has like a different role that your colonists can sign up for. So you have like the lumberjack, you have the miner, you have the baker, the cook. There's like the fisherman. Yeah, there's like a lot of different things, and each building has like 5 levels to upgrade. And right now, I mean, I've been playing a lot this past week for like the past couple of weeks, and I've only made it to level 3 for like half of my buildings. So it's like
Oh.
it takes a long time to build things in there,
What do
and
you
then
have
I don't
so
know.
far?
So far, uh, I have like a ton. I have like a whole city full of people, you know. So it's hard to just
Mm.
like I have like this long list of like jobs I have for different people, and I just like to build, I guess.
No, yeah, like Izzy. I mean, so I finished. I built a using the industrial engineering mod. It has so like you can plant and then like you can also grow animals. And so we have a whole farm that essentially fuels itself. So the plants plant and then plants fertilize it and also like pull it, and all of it like feeds back into itself. And then the fertilizer comes. So we also get from some of those plants biofuel, which goes into the biofuel power, uh, which then powers also. So we also grow wheat there, and the wheat goes to feed our cows, which our cows then like make babies, and then the babies grow, and then we kill the babies, and we make steak and leather, and then they also poop, and the poop gets converted into our what is it called? Fertilizer that we use for our crops, and like that whole thing like keeps going pretty much on loop. I made that. I thought that was pretty cool. Except I wanted to make something else, but I can't figure out what else. And then also like you get essence, which you can level up with if you drink it from a straw, apparently. Um, so I also have that there. So like is like in Izzy's base, we have like that whole thing, and we have a chest that has like a ton of tomatoes. What is the other thingy? Carrots, steak, leather. Um, and something else I forgot. Well, tons of seeds too. But I thought that was cool. But Izzy just freaking keeps building like you're building, except he just like builds normally, not like
Oh yeah.
the city mod,
Yeah.
the town. Yeah, like he made a pond section so you can go fishing, and it's pretty nice. Then he also like I think he just made the second level to his house, and he has like this weird grand entrance. Um, and he also has a dock in the back. So if you wanna go out, and he also has like an area where, like, if you need fishing poles, you can go and grab some fishing poles, and this whole thing. But yeah.
That sounds like so much better than what I have. I just plop down a bunch of buildings and call it good, you know? Like, what is design? I don't know.
I'm really surprised that you got into Minecraft because I know previously you tried Minecraft and you never liked it, or you got nauseous or whatever. And then when we started playing the Minecraft mod or Minecraft with the mods, you just got really into it. And then next thing I know, every day you're on Minecraft.
Yeah, so that is so weird, right? I had Minecraft before and I tried playing it with a bunch of friends, right? But I couldn't get into it. You know, I like build my little pink room full of stuff and that was pretty much it. I guess it really depended on like what mods were part of the server because I got really into the one that we had because there's like so many different mods and I like actually like figured out how to understand each mod and how to progress in them, and so that's how I got into it. And then like the motion sickness thing, I have no idea what happened. I don't get motion sickness most of the time when I play, but there are certain things that I do that does get me motion sick. Like if I'm riding a horse and it goes way too fast and goes way too crazy, and then I get sick really fast. So I've learned if I like move my camera around too much erratically, then I'll get sick. So I've learned to just like take it slow. That'll be okay.
Yeah, I think that's what the guys were saying too. It's like, at least Andy stayed longer because he was getting different mods, except he finished all the mods he found interesting. Like he was interested in. So like right now I told him like, okay, start making a mini game so that we can play something. So he's designing a game, and then we'll see whoever wants to play whenever it's done.
I
It's
want to
probably
play.
going to be a team game, and they'll have
A mini game
restrictions.
for Minecraft?
Yeah, like
Mm.
I don't know if it's gonna be capture the flag of some sort, or I don't remember. I know there's been said a lot of ideas. I just know he's working on one slowly, and he's gonna work on one too. So that we can do, because like that's what we wanted to do. And ideally like streaming on like while doing it, but well, my hands don't really allow for a lot of these things to happen. At least for me to do those things. If other people don't do them, but like that also like I know later. I don't know when, but Eddie has been. I haven't. I've seen parts of Eddie's base, Eddie and Ruben's and Snickerbuns, because they have like a lot of shit going on.
Well, they've been a fan of Minecraft forever, and they love that game, and they spent so much hours on it. So they just basically migrated all their other shit all their previous knowledge to our server, and now they have all this shit that we don't understand. Like,
well, yeah. But they were also saying like later. I was saying like later, like to try to switch the mods. Because there's like even more like there's some spaceship mods or something like
yeah,
like galaxy mods or some shit. But I don't know when that's gonna happen because I don't know also like how like if we're gonna be able to keep everything alive or not. Because a lot of us like have put in a lot of work. Like Darlene is saying. But a lot of this, he's saying like a lot of the, at least one of these mods or another mod pack includes pretty much everything that this one includes, but more. But we'll see because we need to see how we're gonna do that. But yeah, I know that's something that we've been talking about as well. I know some guy over here like grinded the hell out of the game and then gave up. Oh,
well, because
but
they messed up my house, so I'm not gonna go back to it.
Lies. It's last
No,
time I
yeah.
stopped by, it was fixed.
Well, because someone fixed
Uh,
it for me, I'm just like, okay, I didn't make it.
yeah, barely anything happened to it. Other
Well,
people
anyways,
lost
What happened?
we had a whole explosion happen,
but that
okay?
was your own doing. I didn't do anything.
That was
People just
not
came.
my own doing. It just literally
Yes,
happened.
because you guys neglected a part of your factory and it exploded, just like in real life. Like,
Well, it was not mine, but somebody did something and it blew up. I mean, yeah.
but in regards
Yeah.
to the other mods, the mod that I really wanted to try was there's a mod where you can actually go to the moon, and then you take a spaceship to the moon, you collect resources on the moon, and then you're able to go to the Mars without those resources. So like I think that's the Galaxy mod pack you're talking about. I'm not sure which one it is, but it seemed really intense because you're actually guiding the rocket while going up. And since I mean you've ridden a horse, right? It's not the best control. So it's gonna be I could just imagine everyone launching up and everyone's like shaking and everything and they'll crash once they hit the moon because like it doesn't stop for you. It goes in full speed. So if you don't know how to control the rocket, you're just gonna crash into the moon and die. And then you're gonna spawn on the moon and without anything because you have to have like an astronaut suit and oxygen. So if you don't have that, you're dead. So like it's just gonna be like your infinite loop death, and someone needs to teleport you back to Earth so you can get
Oh,
all
no.
your shit back.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's the mod I always wanted to try, but I don't think it's available. I know I'm pretty sure it's not available in the one that we had right now. But
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd totally be down to trying like different mods from like the ones that we currently have. Like I haven't done any research on what other mods there could be, but the Galaxy one sounds super fun already.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know which one did George. I don't know if it's the same one or not that George is thinking. I just know they talked about something about Galaxy, but there's apparently like a lot of mods that are similar
Yeah.
but very different. So that's the only thing that it seems like you really need to know what you want, and then make sure that it's in a mod pack or that we can add it. And then the bad thing with adding, it seems like, is it compatible with all the other mods that are there? Or does it need like a higher or lower version of one of the mods and then that breaks everything else? And then...
Like I honestly do believe that we only scratched the surface of Minecraft because we have all these mods and they're really cool and stuff, but there's other stuff that are available. Like there's servers, like online servers that you could just hop on to, and like they have like games, like mini games. There's like one for hunt like the Hunger Games. There's one like I don't know. There's like a bunch of different mods, but they're very unique, and I always wanted to try it. I just don't know how to do it. I guess like had to YouTube it to see how to get into those servers. There's like a hide and go seek one, like the one in Gmods. Anything on Gmod, you can also do it on Minecraft.
So what have you been playing, George?
Oh, for me? Well, I've only been playing one game, and that's been Valorant. I don't know why, but I recently got really into Valorant. It's a mobile game. No, I'm kidding. It's a Riot game that I hate. I hate Riot, but I still play all their games apparently. I just wanted to try it out, and like what I can tell you is that the community there is as toxic as League. But the only difference is that they have comms. Like you hear them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I was playing a game, like rank game, and like I was the person that had the most kills in my team, and the person in the very bottom was flaming me. He had 0 kills, 5 deaths, whatever. He was like bottom. He was flaming me for doing something, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I don't know. I just ignored it. I didn't, like whenever people talk shit to me, I don't really mind it. It doesn't get underneath my skin. But there was a game where I played, and this guy was like, he was doing okay. He wasn't doing amazing, but he was doing okay. And then the guy on the very bottom was talking shit to that guy, and the guy was just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You're making me really nervous. I can't deal with all this pressure you're putting onto me." And the guy's like, "Well, get good, kid. I don't know what, blah blah. Stop being a bitch.
Oh
I don't
my
know."
God.
I was just
Well.
like, yeah, like I was like, "Hey, bro, can you shut the hell up? You're fucking on the bottom." I couldn't sit there and just listen to him just get like I don't know, feel bad because of this Bilal is treating him like shit. You get me? So that's the only
Yeah.
time I ever talk shit to another teammate, because and then at the very end he's like, I don't know, man, this team is giving me bad vibes. And I'm just like, well, you're the one that fucking put the bad vibes out there, you freaking idiot. Like, I was just I was so angry at that more than when people talk shit to me. Like, but other than that, like, I've been playing with Stevie and this other, I guess, friend of the show, Jacked Up. And we've just been grinding. And I'm still very new to it. I've been playing it for a week, I guess. But previously I played it like a year ago when it first came out for like 5 games. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like I'm really new and I don't know any of the abilities. I'm learning the new maps. And I did my placements. I got placed in bronze. But I love being low.
Bronze like super strong?
No. Bronze is super low. Like it's iron, bronze, silver, gold. But I fucking love that elo because like I play like 5 games yesterday. I got 3 aces in those 5 games. Aces is 3 aces are when you kill everybody in the team, like in their team. That's basically what an ace is. And
like
out of my
kill them by yourself.
Yeah, I killed them by myself. Like I didn't have any assistants or whatever. I killed everybody by myself. And yeah, like out of those 5 games, 3 of those I got an ace in those matches. And what's it called? Out of my match history, out of my last 15 games, 10 of those I was the MVP. So I fucking love that elo. Like I'm just like popping heads and stuff like that. And it's really fun. Like I streamed it last Friday and that's when I was still learning the ropes. So I was kind of rusty. But recently, like today, I guess on Sunday, I started popping off. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna continue playing it. Another thing that popped up, this is why I was saying that I'm spreading myself too thin, is that my university did like a call for like students to apply for the esports, and I was just like, well, fuck it, let me just do it, YOLO, right? What can it hurt? And like I didn't know what game to put because they had like League of Legends, Hearthstone, Valorant, Overwatch, and I was like, well, I play all these games, except they also had Apex. And like I was like, oh, well, I haven't played Apex since like it first came out, so I'm not gonna play Apex. So like they contacted me and had an interview today, which is Monday, and they're like, okay, can you show up for the tryout on Tuesday, which is yesterday because it comes out Wednesday, blah blah. So like hopefully that goes well. I don't know, like it's gonna be for Overwatch. And like
wait, it was yesterday?
Well, no, okay, because this episode comes on Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, it was yesterday.
God damn it. So I was fucking like, I was like, no, it was yesterday. How are you hoping it was good? Because you already fucking went to it.
Okay, so the coach from the team reached out to me on Monday, which is today. I have my tryouts tomorrow for Overwatch. But the thing is that I'm super washed up in Overwatch because I haven't played in a year. And like I put that I'm Masters. Because I was I was Masters when I played it. So I'm probably not Masters right now, but we'll see what happens.
Well, just tell them to email what is my cousin?
Oh yeah, Julian? Yeah. Yeah, top 500. This is actually my account, monkey whatever. But yeah,
whatever the fuck his other account is.
But like I feel like I'll be okay because he was telling me that the team's elo is like gold. No, like gold and like plat. And at the very least, I know I'm not plat. I'm like at diamond level. Even if I haven't played for a year, I'm still like diamond level. But we'll see tomorrow.
So but like let's say okay, they're all gold and garbage, right? My cousin beats them. So I don't even know what level my cousin's at.
He's top 500.
I don't know what that means with gold.
Like top 500 in the world. Like he's the best top 500.
And so gold is like top 1 billion?
Yeah, gold is like, well, there's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, masters, grandmasters, and then top 500.
Oh, okay. So he's all the way at the top.
Yeah, he's very at the top. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, what I was trying to say is like, it sounds like he'll make it even if you're trash. But yeah. my question to you is, after you make it, what happens?
After I make it, what happens? I'm gonna network the fuck out of it. I'm gonna get all the little kitties to join into the SavePoint community. That's my end goal.
All the gold
But-
kitties, come here.
Yeah, all the gold kitties, come on in, little kids.
Come here. Oh my god.
We got content here.
But what if they're like, okay, you need to practice Monday, Tuesday, Friday?
No, I already know the practice days. It's gonna be Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's like at 7 to 10. So I mean,
From your house?
they said to either go in person or from the house. It depends, wherever I want. And I said I'll try out because I've done it already once. Like I've gone to like the place to play there just for shits and giggles. I mean, it's okay. Like it's no big like deal. So like I want to go meet everybody, and then after that I'll just be at my apartment.
COVID.
Well, that's the reason why I'm just like, should I meet everybody? But I don't know.
Well,
This is the
good
start of
luck.
your pro career.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't
The
even want
start
to
and
be
the
pro.
end.
Yeah, look, first of all, I don't even want to play competitively. I'm just mainly doing this. Hopefully the coach doesn't hear me. Like, basically just to network. So I can meet new people, and maybe in the industry
They're gonna hear it like in 5 weeks after you told them like, oh yeah, I'm also in this thing called SavePoint, and we have a podcast.
No. Okay. When okay, so basically, when I was having my interview with the coach, he was just like, "Oh, so I saw you stream. Tell me more about that." And then, I told him about SavePoint, and he's like, "I think that's the thing that sold him. That he wanted me to be on the team. He was just like, oh, I really like your vision in the esports scene and the gaming scene, and yeah, we want you, or I want you to be in the tryout tomorrow." So he knows that I have this side project or the side hustle, I guess. I don't know what the fuck it is, but
I think it was the hair, George. I think the hair is what got you in.
Mm-hmm.
what are you talking about? Dude, okay, first of all, it wasn't even a
hair.
video conference. Okay, it was just voice.
He looked at the VODs and was like, wait, he has red orange hair? This is pure gamer right here.
Is
Let's
it
get
orange?
him.
Well, it looks kind of orange now here. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure you'll do fine.
Yeah.
Did you also tell him that sometimes your hand gives up?
No, I haven't disclosed that. I have the same issues that you.
If you ever miss the kill, just be like, "Oh, sorry, my hand gave up."
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does get stuck sometimes. You've heard me complain about it. Like my hand gets stuck, and like I have to crush it and stuff like that. So I mean, Nick has. I don't know if he experiences that because
I don't experience that. I just fix pure pain.
I mean, I experience the pain too, but like like not all the time. Not like you, Nick. Like I don't experience pains constantly. Like maybe once every month, it'll pop up and then it goes away.
Well, mine, they said that it's probably not carpal tunnel, that it's a pinch nerve.
I was gonna say
or
it's a pinch nerve.
muscle. Which is why they had to do the EMS or EGM, or essentially they tase your hands.
Mhm. It feels
when
really.
they poke them.
I've done that before too. It feels really weird. Like the little shock.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like, I thought it was gonna be crazy.
It tickles. Like I don't know how to explain it properly. But
Well, it just gives you like the spasms. Like your hand is like, oh. But like I thought the needles were gonna hurt more, but it doesn't really hurt more until they put it here. Whenever they get here, like they put it in this, like I think right there, and that hurt a lot. And they're like, lift your thumb, and I was just like, motherfucker.
have you ever done like the pressure points where like they put like little pebbles on you and then they tape it like around your fingers and stuff like that? That hurts like a motherfucker. Like in some pressure points, like because my family believes in alternate medicine just because it's fun, I guess, to them. So they would take me to go to, I guess, like a healer. I don't know what the fuck they're called, but they would put like little rocks on your hand. And then like some of them, they won't hurt. And they're like, oh yeah, that's your pressure point for this, that. And then some of them would be agonizing. Like just a little rock touching it, it would hurt so fucking much. And they're like, oh yeah, that's your pressure point for your stomach. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have stomach problems and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, okay, that explains why you feel so much pain. Obviously, I don't believe in this, but I'm just like, how the fuck does like a little rock hurt me so much? Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Did they also tell you couldn't get no more chakra anymore?
Oh yeah. Well, look,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, no. I totally want to take you to one of those people just to see. They'll be like, sir, are you even alive? Like your whole fucking hand's in pain.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with any of that, like physical therapy or like my hand hurting or anything. I think the worst I get with my wrists and my hands is just like fatigue from like using it repetitively too much, but otherwise it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I never had anything until this happened.
No, I've had mine my entire life. Like my first instance of like me realizing I have a problem was when I was like maybe 7 years old. I would go to Peter Piper's and the time warp game, the one that you play the little guns like remember that game?
No,
Well,
I know what came from.
So like like I'll be playing it for like maybe an hour or whatever, and then my hand would get stuck. Like I'll be like, okay, I'm done, and then my hand would be like, I can't move it, and it would just be stuck like that. When I was like 7 or 8, so then I'll be just like crushing it like that, and then it gets back to normal. That's when I realized like, like I think I have a problem. But then I would go to the doctors and I'd be like, doctor, like why does my hand always hurt? And they're like, well, let me see it. And like I'll be like showing them, it's like, no, nothing's wrong with you. You're okay. And I'm like, but you didn't even do anything. Like you didn't even do any test or anything. But since you're like, I guess since I was a kid, they didn't really take me seriously. They're like, oh, you're too young to have those problems, so it's probably nothing. But no, I still have them now. But
have you gone to a doctor?
I've gone to a doctor. They've done like X-rays and stuff on my hands, but I mean, nothing comes out. But like I know what
X-rays don't say anything. I think.
No, I know. I totally agree. And then like the doctors see the X-rays and they're like, well, there's nothing wrong with you. We don't know what's wrong with you. And I'm just like, well, obviously I know something's wrong with me. Fucking do something. Like like what am I paying you for? You get me? Like for these visits or whatever.
I don't know. Recently, I always thought doctors were really smart because I'd go and like, oh, you have a cold, and I was like, oh god, this guy's like super smart. Now I've been going to doctors. I just feel like these guys don't know jack shit most of the time. No offense to them, they just study all their life, but like in programming, when you program something, something they always like something is wrong, they call it a bug, right? And so you have to find out what causes this bug, and we just do like random shit, or we follow all the logic that's written down through thousands of lines of different thousands of files until you find the exact same point. That's pretty much what they do, except like we can see it more than they can because they have to like literally wait for us to tell them something, or for like a test to tell them something. And it's stupid how these tests take forever, like because like they tell you like, oh, go get an x-ray done, and then you're like, okay, like I feel so much pain, and they're like, okay, go get an x-ray done. Then they tell you to call this person then to schedule the x-ray, and the x-ray is like in 2 months, and you're like, bro, I'm over here with the pain, and you want me to get an x-ray done in 2 months from now? Like, how does that even make sense? Like, in 2 months it might go away. I don't know how, but maybe it'll go away. And then you get to that day and you're like, well, I'm fine now. What the fuck am I here for? But like when I went to because I went to a medical sports place. That's where I went for like that my hand. And this guy's an orthopedic doctor, I think that's what it's called.
Orthopedic? So you went to arthritis? Like, no, I'm thinking about chiropractor.
It means like,
yeah.
No, not arthritis.
No, it's not chiropractor. Yeah, no.
Orthopedic. Do you know what it means, Arlena?
Orthopedic?
Yes. Or like what it, because I think it means like they're really good with like muscles and stuff like that, or some shit like that.
Yeah. They do like physical therapy stuff, like to help you like with your movement of your bodies and stuff, right? And help with pain.
Yeah, and like this guy literally like, well, they brought me in and they were like, okay. You're like, have they ever done an x-ray? No. I'm like, well, fuck. Well, this means they're gonna send me out and come back in like 3 weeks now. Thankfully, this place, they're like, okay, walk down that way, and they just put me in a room, X-ray hands. I was like, damn, this is the fastest they've ever done something to me. And then they put me back in the room. The doctor comes in, he looks at them, and they're like, he starts asking me questions. I tell him like I also get like neck pain. He's like, all right, we need a neck X-ray. All right, I'll be right back. Then they come again. They just go take me again, take some neck X-rays. I'm like, damn, why can't all the doctors be like this? Like, oh, they just need this. All right, let's go down there and let's go do it. Not like, oh, blood work. All right, you have to schedule the blood work. It'll be 3 weeks from now, at 5 p.m. And you're like, bro, I mean, 3 weeks from now, maybe I don't feel anything. I won't know what the fuck is wrong with me at that time. But I mean, I know that it also is like, there's so many people that also need all this, so we need all these processes and all this shit. But I'm just like, what is this garbage?
Yeah, it really depends on how busy the hospital or clinic that you go to is. Most of the time, like in my experience, we do like whatever work that you need right away. Like if you need an X-ray, we send you down to X-ray right away. If you need blood work done, we just take your blood right there because you're right there. Because why would we want for you to wait to schedule an appointment like 2 weeks from now? Because it takes time to take your blood and send it to the lab, get it analyzed, and get the results back, right? So we want to help you kind of like figure out what's wrong with you right away. So yeah, I find that really weird.
Well, the weird part is that I've had that here and in California. So
God.
it's not just
Okay.
one place.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
But yeah.
I know when I came back from Minnesota to Texas, my ears got fucked up, right? And like I couldn't hear shit from my left ear, and like because somebody was putting water in my ear, and I'm just kidding, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
Did you
like
ever get it checked out?
no, I never got checked out. So yeah, basically what happened was that somebody decided to clean my ears, and my ears got fucked up because I don't know, it was just a lot of pressure. And then it didn't make things better because I went on the plane like in the following 2 days. I went on a plane and it fucked up my ears even worse. So then when I landed in Texas, I couldn't hear from my left ear. So I thought it was just gonna go away the next day, but no, it didn't go away. I couldn't hear anything. Well, I mean, I could still hear, but everything felt like there was water in your ear. Like it was just like, that how you get water in your ears, like, yeah, exactly.
You can feel it when you're going like this and you're going.
Yeah. So like I went to like my doctors. They're like, oh no, you have to go to an ear specialist. And they're like, I was like, well, is there anything faster? It's gonna take 2 weeks. And they're like, you can try going to clinic. Maybe that'll be better. And I'm like, okay. So then I went to the clinic in Laredo. They're like, oh no, we don't have any of the machines.
Here.
So like you have to go to a specialist, or you could try another clinic. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try another clinic. And then they're like, oh no, we don't have it here. You could try another clinic. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try one more motherfucking clinic, and I don't have it. Then whatever, I'm gonna fucking deal with it. I went to another clinic. They're like, oh yeah, we have it. I'm like, oh yeah, you do? And like, oh no, we just checked, it's broken. I'm like, oh motherfucker, like this bullshit.
Oh no.
This fucking bullshit.
You're like, what is this, Wendy? The McDonald's?
Yeah.
McDonald's.
The frosting machine, yeah.
Yeah, the ice cream machine's broken. Sorry.
I was just like, I guess I'm not. It's not. I can't check my ears. I'm gonna go back to San Antonio. I went back to San Antonio, and like, fortunately enough, like after like a week coming back, it went away, or maybe it's still here. I just got used to it. I don't know.
You can't tell anymore.
I can't tell anymore.
I mean, did they even try to look in your ear?
No, like they didn't check my ear.
Oh.
No, nothing. They're just like, you have to go talk to an ear specialist, and I'm just like, get away. Like I don't want to go.
Wow.
I don't want to
Wow.
wait all that time and then pay all this extra money. Like I don't know. Like whenever I hear go listen to a specialist, I'm just like, okay, $10,000. No, thank you. Like for a specialist, or whatever. I don't know.
Well, they studied that specific thing.
Yeah, that
So the
specific
general
thing.
doctor- But it's just annoying how you spend, like they schedule you so far like away.
Yeah.
Like you need it now, but they're like 2 weeks from now.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's annoying.
But I mean, it's a little bit better here in San Antonio because San Antonio is so big compared to Laredo. Laredo is just compared to San Antonio, it's like a third world country over there, like in Laredo. Because I guess let me put it in perspective for you, Darlena, since you're not from Laredo. Whenever the doctors get sick, they come to San Antonio. They don't stay in Laredo. They just are like they're just like fuck Laredo's Medicare system. We're gonna go to San Antonio, and that's why that's why I get so fucking angry because these doctors in Laredo are so inept and like I don't know. I could just go on about this forever, but yeah, like they themselves don't trust their own like coworkers or colleagues, I guess, and they rather would get it here in San Antonio, like checked up and stuff like that. But,
yeah, I think like with the doctor I went for my arms, I felt a little bit better just because he wasn't from Laredo. He was actually originally from Iran, then studied in France, then like he worked with a football team in Florida, and then like some other universities. No, I was in Tampa.
The Buccaneers? Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
No, I was there for the university.
Oh, okay.
And then some other college, and then he came here. So I was like, I feel like this guy's not part of like, you know, the doctors that don't really, I mean, they care, but they don't care enough, I guess.
Mhm.
But he did have like an accent that was kind of hard because first I thought he said that he thought it could be carpal tunnel, and then when I asked him again, he was like, "No, I don't think it's carpal tunnel. I think it's like some other shit, like a pinched nerve." And then he said some other very complicated words that I was just like, whatever. But yeah, I was like, thankfully, this guy's not from here.
That's all you matter. Like, I'll listen to you. You're not from here.
Yeah, I was like, you probably actually know something. You have a record.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I could sound really dumb about all this medical stuff, but that's my own experience in Laredo. Obviously, everyone's different. The only person that's here that knows anything about medical stuff is AKA SqueakyToad, who's actually her I guess her career path was the medical field.
Oh yeah, it was. Well, I mean, temporarily on hold because of like this whole pandemic thing. But yeah, I used to be a medical assistant at a pediatric clinic, so I got to like work side by side with the doctors and get to actually see like what they do and everything. And yeah, there's like only like a limited amount of things that like general family doctors can do, right? Otherwise, like if they can't figure it out through like the basic x-ray or lab work or anything, then they have to like say you should go to like a more specialized place to look more into it because there's only so much that they do, with their training and everything.
Yeah, they're not wizards like we thought they were.
Well, I never thought they were wizards.
They're just normal.
You thought they were wizards.
Wave your magic wand, so much money, like expect you to be smart and figure this shit out with two things.
I mean, at this point, which doctors do you trust more? The Mexican doctors or Laredo doctors?
Personally, I don't have a bias. I feel like even though like we don't like the Laredo doctors, it's not like anything else will tell me that the Mexican doctors are any different. So like I know everybody in Laredo will say like, "Oh, gotta go doctor. Fuck the doctors here. Let's go to Mexico."
Yeah.
Because Mexico, I guess Mexico, like they do more of what you're saying, Darlena. They actually like, oh, they need an X-ray. Okay, let's go do an X-ray. And here they'll say like, oh, you need an X-ray? Okay, here's a slip so that you can go try to get an X-ray 3 weeks or a month from now.
And by the way, that's $3,000.
Yeah, it's expensive. But yeah,
in
like in Mexico,
it's like 10 pesos. We'll call it a day. We'll call it even.
No, it still costs like a lot, but it doesn't feel like a lot. But they usually do things faster. And they're able to get to you some answer. Well, I think like over there they're less like if they have some theories of what it could be, they're more open about telling you what it could be, versus at least here they don't necessarily tell you. Like I'm sure they have like, 5 hypotheses, but they just tell you like, oh no, we need to do more tests. They won't necessarily tell you like, oh, it could be these things, or let's try for this one thing. Let's try this medicines and see if it's this. But of course, like I said, it could also just be the doctors, because every doctor is different. Because I'm pretty sure that there's doctors that are probably error on like wanting to be more accurate. Because I mean, the doctors should be accurate because they shouldn't just give medicine, right? But like I'm sure there's others that are more knowledgeable or have more experiences with different things, so they're able to identify other things faster. Even, but I don't know.
Yeah,
That's just my
at
opinion.
least in my experience, that's the way that it works. At least with my doctor, she's like very open with me. With like, if I have a problem, I explain to her like all the symptoms as much as I can, and like as much detail, and she like kind of lets me know like what she thinks it could be, and like her, her reasons why she thinks this is why, like her reasoning for her answer and everything. And she like gives me the choice to, for treatment. If I want to try this one thing, she's like, you can try this or this. Is that really up to you what you want to try? See if it's any better, and keep in touch if it works or not, kind of thing. But I mean, I can understand why doctors don't really want to like tell you what they think, because I feel like some patients are like crazy and they'd probably be like, oh, I have this thing, I have cancer, I'm dying. They like jump to conclusions even though it's not really like that.
See, that's what I thought, and then my fucking doctor was like, because I didn't know what gallstones were, and my doctor was like, Google it, and I was like, are you fucking serious right now?
Maybe it's just that doctor, your doctor.
My doctor, like, I was so mad. I was like, like in my mind, I'm like, I'm paying you for this shit for you to tell me Google it. Like, are you
should
serious?
tell him that. You should have told him that. I would have done that. I'd be like, what are you talking about? Like,
I was too mad. Pissed. I was just like, I just wanted to get off the phone because I was too pissed, and I was just like, bye. Because I was like, they just charged me $30, and then insurance is probably paying you another $500 or some bullshit for this. For you to tell me like Google it. Like, I understand I can Google it, but I'm paying you money so I don't have to Google it. So I actually don't do what Darlena's saying right now, which is like, oh shit, I have cancer.
Yeah.
Like, because sure, like Google tells you a lot more than what we want to hear about a disease or about like anything. Like, it'll tell you like, okay, you can have mild pain or fever, and then it'll also tell you like, but in some cases you might just be suffering from a broken arm and you might die, or like random shit, right? Like, you can find anything pretty much. Like, there's so many bad things too. Like, that's why doctors also say like, don't look up your symptoms, because then you'll find like, I think there's like an actual diagnosis for like self-diagnosing yourself with all these, like you're saying, like diseases that you don't have. But yeah, like that to my doctor, that like he literally told me that my general doctor. I need to find a new doctor, by the way, because I'm not giving him a second chance. Sorry, don't just tell me. For next time I find one, I'm gonna make sure like, don't say Google it. If you tell me Google it, I'm switching doctors. But because I don't know, to me, if a doctor tells me Google it, it's just like, imagine if I told you like, just Google how to use your software, like just figure it out. And for us, like when we build software, they make us write a ton of documentation. Whether somebody reads them or not, it's a different story. But like, they provide customer service and all this shit for all these people. So like, to me, a doctor telling me Google it, it's literally just like saying like, like fuck you, like just go figure it out yourself. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why the fuck
Yeah.
am I paying you for?
It's like asking a tour guide, "Where's directions?" And you're like, "Oh, look at the map."
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, I guess we can stop there on a spiel about doctors and the medical
Yeah.
what is it
We
called?
could go on forever, honestly.
But yeah, I mean,
Insurance.
we're not talking shit about all doctors. We're just talking about, like I said previously, our own personal experiences in Laredo, because I only had like negative experiences in Laredo, well, at least with doctors, that is. But I do understand that when it comes to doctors, it's practicing medicine, so they don't entirely know everything about medicine. They're just still practicing, especially family doctors, like Darlene was saying, and pediatricians. Like they have to have a broad knowledge of everything. So I'll give them like the majority benefit of the doubt. But I mean, when it comes to specialists and they're saying Google it, I think that's pasado. That's like that. There's no fucking way that should slide. And like his fucking like medicine or his medical license should be like, I don't know, like being looked into at the very least. I don't know. That's pretty fucked up. But yeah.
Well, apparently a lot of doctors say it now. I don't know. That's what another doctor that we asked said, and I was like, well, I don't like you either. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
If you're
I mean-
saying that other doctor, like he said, like, oh, I tell my, because he didn't tell me that, but he was like, oh, I tell my patients that sometimes. I'm just like, yeah, probably a new doctor now.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
understand why they would say it because they're just being fucking lazy. But at least I'm like, I mean, that's what we're paying you. At least the insurance is paying you if they're not paying you themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot better doctors, and don't get me wrong, I still appreciate them and the scientists
That's
that
why-
are
that's why
getting
we're
the
still alive.
vaccines. Yeah. Even though, I mean, it takes everybody to make the world go around, right?
Yeah.
Scientists need to use machines to be able to figure out shit. Machines need to be built by engineers. Engineers need to live and cure disease, like make sure they're healthy, so they need doctors, etc. But yeah, thanks everybody for that either way.
Well, with that being said, I think we're going to switch over to our next topic. We're going to briefly talk about it. It was the Super Bowl happened this past weekend. And what do you guys think of it overall? Did you guys expect Tampa Bay winning 31-9? Like, that's insane to me. I was just like, what the fuck? What happened, bro? What happened?
Dude,
Yo,
it was like
I didn't expect it at all. At least for me, like I was rooting for Tampa Bay all the way, of course, but like it was a really entertaining game for me. I was like laughing like half the time. I like all the different plays and misplays that were happening. I was like, I felt really bad for the other team, the Chiefs, because they couldn't score like a single touchdown. Like it was impossible for them.
yeah, I think it felt like one of those games whenever you join what's that small map? Rust.
Yeah.
When you're playing on Rust, but you join late. So they already have you like spawn camped.
Yeah.
And Mahomes was like the guy that just joined the game. And Mahomes was trying, like, you're still fucking trying to survive, but they're just ponying your ass. That's
And it
pretty
was
much how
like,
felt.
it was also 3 versus 1 because it was Tom Brady, his offense, their defense, or no, Tom Brady's offense, the refs, and then his own offensive line. Because the offensive line didn't do jack shit, bro. They were just like,
Yeah.
whoop, like, whoop. Oh,
Yo, they don't know how to
passed.
use their hands. So you
Yeah.
see like the ball like the Mahomes threw to like one of the receivers, it just bounced off his helmet.
Yeah.
That happened like
And that was
twice
like
that
3 of
game.
them. Yeah. It's retarded. And then like he did a parallel, like one of the freaking passes he did, like he was parallel to the floor. It was like fucking badass throw. And
Yeah.
like you said, it hit him in the fucking helmet.
It was a perfect throw too. Like, like
Yeah.
the meme that I saw was when the dodgeball meme, the movie Dodgeball, like him throwing it to the side. I was like, damn, that's an accurate description of what happened. But they didn't fucking grab the ball. They're like bunk, like hit him in the face.
Yeah. I mean, I think Mahomes played his heart out. I think he tried his best, but sadly the other players weren't able to do good plays. They weren't able to catch, like Darlene is saying. What's his face?
Travis Kelce.
Well, Travis Kelce. I mean, he got over 100 yards, I think they said, but that's still. I mean, it was not nearly enough for him to be able to do anything.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. They also covered him hard.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill wasn't able to do pretty much anything. And I don't know. I think like maybe like you said, it was because the line, because they lost the players, they had to move everybody around, and they all sucked. Because they weren't playing their positions. But yeah, I think it literally just felt like Mahomes was on the field just trying to do something. He was literally running everywhere.
Yeah.
Like trying to do shit, but nobody could get open or give him enough time. Like they weren't able to protect him enough.
Yeah.
And Brady was just playing normally.
Saying that it was easy street for Brady, pretty much. Like Mahomes, he just got sacked so many times, and it's like his own team was against him pretty much, and I felt so bad. Even though I wasn't rooting for the Chiefs at all, I just felt so bad for Mahomes.
I could have sworn that I saw Tom Brady taking a nap in the bleachers, or in the in the bleachers. He's not even in the fucking side. He's in the bleachers, and like taking a nap up there. But like, it's freaking ridiculous, man. Like Travis Kelce had a drop, which was like not like him. Tyreek Hill also had a drop, and then Demarcus Robinson had a drop. Like these players are not supposed to have drops. Like they just kept on dropping. They kept on getting bonked in the head, and it was just freaking stupid. And like they covered Tyreek Hill really well, and then they're just like, just cover Tyreek. We give what's it called Travis Kelce the middle, and then the other two receivers they suck ass, so we're not gonna worry about them. So yeah. So then their running game was non-existent other than Mahomes running for his life. Like,
dude, he probably ran more yards for like Hill did.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt really bad for Mahomes, but I mean, I wanted the Tampa Bay to win, but I thought that Kansas City was gonna win because in my eyes, I thought Mahomes was way more talented than everybody in the Chiefs or in the the Buccaneers team. Which, I mean, it's still true because, like, I mean, he was able to throw those fucking balls still being covered like that. But his receivers were just like
hurt.
Yeah, and also hurt. He was like limping and all this stuff. Yeah.
So like, that's like the part that I was just like, this guy is hurt. And look at what he's doing. Look at him fucking running circles around people, even though he's over here like barely staying alive.
Yeah. It was really unlucky.
He has a lot of potential, I think, at least in the future. He just, his team just needs to get it together. And I'm pretty sure he'll get a ring in the future.
Or he already has a ring. So he was looking for
his second ring.
Yeah, ring number 2. But Tom Brady with 7 rings? Oh my god, that's insane. It's official. I said it in the previous podcast when we were talking about the Super Bowl. If he wins another ring, he sold his soul to the devil. That's it. Like there's no other way. There's no other way. 7 rings is too many rings, okay? I mean, he passed Jordan in championship. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. And he's still not stopping.
Yeah, he's not stopping. I guess they're right when they say like 30s are the new 20s. But I guess in Tom Brady's case, 40s are the new 20s. Like, holy shit. Like,
was the guy that was catching all of Brady's passes? I think he's like it's a Russian name or something like that. It's some distinct name.
Oh yeah, Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, like how old is that guy?
He's
is
like
he
the
also
same
old
age.
Like Brady?
I think he might be younger, like 5 years younger. But he retired. He retired last year. He came back just for Tom Brady. It was Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just like, because that guy caught most of his passes, and he was a pretty big guy. But yeah, I mean, like Dorino said, like it looked like at the very beginning, it looked like it was gonna be a good game. Like they got stopped, and then I don't know if it was the third one or fourth one where that's when Brady picked up like their team was able to just like go through them, and then after that it just started looking like easy street for them.
Yeah.
It started looking like a normal game, not the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like they got really unlucky. Like I was in the same boat that I was like, oh, it's gonna be a really close game. But then like after the second quarter, they were up by like 21-3. I'm just like, oh no, come on, Patrick. But the whole time I would look at Mahomes, he'd be like limping like that. I'm just like, nah,
Yeah.
bro, it's done, dude. It's done. There's no way. There's no way. And then like sure enough, like he would throw these awesome, insane passes and they wouldn't catch it. And literally that's what the Super Bowl is all about. Like those incredible throws and those incredible catches. And unfortunately the Chiefs weren't able to grab any of them. Which I mean, they're definitely there, but no one took them. So
Yeah, I mean, like even like when we were watching it, the sportscaster was also. I mean, I think everybody wanted Mahomes to come back because that's what he does. He comes back, but it didn't happen. It would have been good because I think the sportscaster. I don't know if it's true. I think he said he's never lost by double digits. They were saying. It would have been good if they made one touchdown. That one ball at the very end that got intercepted.
yeah.
I would have made it a little like. I mean, it wouldn't really matter, but at least in the record, I guess, it would have been better for him in terms of that. But then it just was GG.
Okay.
And there was a streaker.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I think that time Mahomes was like, at least I get some time to breathe.
Yeah. He's like, thank God for the streaker.
No.
Yeah, and then Brady was just like, oh my lord.
He's like in the bleachers taking a nap. Is it my turn to go in? Okay, never mind. Going back to sleep. Because it was Mahomes' ball, right? Like that's on the streaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I want to say it was a good game, but it wasn't a good game. Like it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Fuck. But I mean,
I guess it didn't feel like a Super Bowl game.
Yeah.
What did you think about the halftime?
Honestly, I didn't watch it. I was just like, oh, weekend, pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna leave. And I left.
I got really no. I was like waiting for the halftime show to happen because I love his music. I love The Weeknd, right? I saw him in concert and everything and live. I was so hyped to see his performance, see what he came up with, and then I watched it. I was like, this is Resident Sleeper for like the first half, and then I was like, and then he did like the close up Golden Maze thing, and he just spun around a bunch of times. I was like, I can't watch this, man. I can't. I started getting like really motion sick, and then like I mean the second half where he was like he went onto the field with all these dancers. I thought that was a cool part, but I mean, I felt like it was like way too long before like the build up and the hype, and I was like a little disappointed. But
don't they usually like bring like more people too? Like it's not always one person, right? Hasn't it always been like multiple artists?
Yeah, there's been multiple artists a couple years.
But there wasn't multiple on that one, right? Or
No.
did I miss?
Not
Because
that I
honestly,
was.
the whole time I was waiting for somebody else to come out. And I was like, oh, it's gonna come out right now. It's gonna come out right now. And then it finished, and I was like, the fuck?
I think
But I read that this was the hardest halftime that they've ever had in making because of COVID.
I was thinking that. Yeah.
They wasted or they used up the most water that like ever for just building like all the stuff that they had there because of I guess like you have to wash your hands and all this stuff, like so they used up so much water. And I think they also like it was a lot of manpower just to do a lot of those things. But I didn't like I mean I like the songs, but it didn't feel like wow. Like last year it was it Shakira? That
yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it was
and
Shakira.
J-Lo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed that better. Like I mean I liked their music too. And not because they're like I didn't like it better because they were female. It just felt like special in some way. Like it felt like something was happening. But in this one, even though he had like all this like because like this I'm sure they spent a lot of money also on like all like the setup they had for this one. It didn't feel like as I don't know, like popping or something. I don't know, it may have been the angles of the videos that they use. Or something. Like I don't know, I feel like last year's felt more
Yeah.
popping, more something out of
Yeah.
this world.
I mean, at least for last year, it was like I felt like it was more of like a celebration of like Latinx like culture. I guess like I like that there was like a message in that, and also like I mean their music is always like hype, and so it was like a good time the entire time. I guess this year like the weekend he doesn't really make a lot of like hype music. It's more just like
It's more
chill,
chill.
downplayed, yeah. And also I didn't really get what the message he was trying to send in this, if there was one. I'm just not sure.
I think there was one. I think I read about the message that you're saying too. I don't remember what the message was because honestly, there was so many in the article I read. There was too many things and they were talking about. That I just like I was getting confused because I also don't know the names of the real, like the artist actual names, and they kept saying people's names, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I need to do more. But yeah, I mean, personally, I like last year's and the years before like a lot better than this year's. But I mean, I still enjoyed the music. I liked the part whenever it was speeding up, like, and they were in the field, and then it started speeding up, and then it switched to the other song. I forgot I don't know the names of the songs or what songs it even switched to, but it was like a build up, and it felt. I honestly thought I was gonna switch to a rock song, and I thought a rock band was gonna come out, but then it was just his other song. I was like, oh yeah. There's this song he makes too. But yeah, I don't know. Or I thought like how they were out in the field and they always like have people stand in different ways to spell out something. I thought they were
Yeah.
gonna do something like that, but then it didn't happen.
Yeah. I've never actually been like a fan of like all the Super Bowl mid like halftime show. Like usually that's the time where I'm pretty sure you were with us whenever we were back in high school. We would watch the Super Bowl, and that's the time we would go buy pizza or some shit. I don't know. We'll just leave and then come back for the third quarter. And I mean, I still do that today. I'm just like, okay, well, halftime show. Like, let me do a real quick dash to somewhere, get something, and then we can watch the third quarter. So like,
I mean, for the past 2 years I've watched it, but I mean, I always watch the Super Bowl, but I don't really pay that much attention. I mean, like I'll pay attention, and I'll root for somebody, but I don't know. Like, I guess whenever you're playing fantasy, you take it a little bit more attention, in my opinion. But since I'm not like a diehard football fan or whatever, like halftime. I mean, like I've watched the halftime, but I'm never really like, whoa, halftime. I'm just like, okay, halftime. Let's eat food. Let's continue eating food. But I'll watch it still. Don't know who's singing most of the time, or who's coming out until other people tell me like, oh, that's Shakira. Oh, that's JLo. I'm like, oh,
that was the weekend, Nick. You know that?
Honestly, when I was watching the commercials for the Super Bowl, I thought Bruno Mars was gonna come out. And then I was like, that's not. I don't think that's Bruno Mars. He's not singing Bruno Mars songs.
Oh no,
I was
Nick.
like,
Oh
that's
no.
definitely not Bruno Mars.
That was not Bruno Mars. I mean, he did like the weekend did grow out his hair to be like a little fro thing that like Bruno Mars has, I guess. So I can see why you made that mistake. It's fine. It's fine. No, I'll let it pass.
Sorry, though, but yeah, I think for the past 2 years I've watched it in my TV. This time I watched it on the computer because I couldn't freaking get it to cast on my TV. The Google Cast kept giving up. but yeah, the commercials, I think some of them were funny, or like I don't think I laughed that much this year on the commercials. I just thought they were like weird or interesting or different. Like the one that I really remember is the Verizon one that had all the games. I thought that was like, it was cool, but I was like, why the fuck is this Verizon? Like, they should have been like a partnership with a WoW or something. Like I know the characters weren't WoWish, like they were literally just like characters from other games, but it was cool because they had, what was it, Morgan Freeman?
No,
Or
it was
who was
it was Christopher Walken, but it wasn't Christopher Walken. Is that the commercial you're talking about?
No, the one with the WoW one. They had, was it not Morgan Freeman, or was
I'm
it?
pretty sure it was Morgan Freeman. Pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him too.
Okay.
I liked it. I thought it was cool how it had all those games. It was interesting. I just didn't like how it was a Verizon commercial. So I was like,
wait. Thinking about it, it was Samuel L. Jackson.
oh yes, it was Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
I'm really bad at like their names. I just know who they are.
They are.
Huh? Well, yeah, like when I see them, yeah. But I only remember that one. What other commercial?
My favorite commercial for the whole Super Bowl was the State Farm one, when they're like, "Oh yeah, this is your stand-in, Aaron Rodgers," and it was some fat dude throwing the ball, and then Patrick Mahomes like, "Oh, how about it's not any better than mine? It's Paul Rudd." He's like, "We're exactly the same," and then he throws the ball backwards, and then he's like, "Where's your stunt double?" And he's like, "I don't get a stunt double." It's like, "No, yeah, I do." Drake, you're my stunt double, and then I mean, that's a really funny commercial. I really liked it.
Oh yeah, that one I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. My favorite one was like I think it was Bud Light seltzer lemonade one, where there was just like a bunch of lemons falling from the sky.
Oh, yeah.
And it kept like taking everyone out. I was like, I don't know. I just like stupid shit like that, I guess.
Yeah, when life gives you lemons, and then everything starts like hitting everybody because it was such a horrible year last year. It was like too many lemons. Yeah.
I think there's also the Cheetos one, right?
Yeah, the Doritos 3D. That's with
Well, that's the one you liked.
No, I was just like, what the fuck? I was really weird.
It was so weird. Is it John? You said John Mahana, or what was the guy's name?
It was he's a Texas person. I forgot his name. So, I'm gonna take too long to remember his name, but yeah. Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. I remembered it.
But no, there was like a Cheetos commercial where there was like some line that they used, and I thought that was cool, but I can't even remember the line right now.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's like, it wasn't me.
Oh yeah, song. Yeah, it was Shaggy, and then it was like Ashton Kutcher in there too, and
Mia Kunis or whatever her name.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
that was a good conversion.
That was cute.
Yeah. I feel like there was a lot less I guess the same number of commercials, but they just didn't feel as much as last year. Because I know that some companies pulled out, like they normally put commercials, but this year they said they weren't going to do anything. But
well, I mean, let's hope that next year for Super Bowl 2022, it'll be better than this year's. Hopefully
Mahomes come back.
Yeah, Mahomes comes back. Maybe Tom Brady rematch. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And hopefully by then all the COVID situation will be better. So there's gonna be an actual audience, like a bigger audience, like Super Bowl level. You get me? Not like half the crowd, or even less than half the crowd.
Hey, didn't you say that Dr. Disrespect was there? Yeah,
Okay, so basically you could pay $100 to send a cutout, and somebody sent Dr. Disrespect's cutout. So he was in the stand.
Oh,
he was there.
George, you should have paid $100 so you
Fuck
come
no!
out.
Why would I spend $100 for a cutout that no one's gonna see of me? Hello?
I mean, that's pretty cheap for Super Bowl, I guess.
Oh, maybe we should actually put a SavePoint or SavePoint mascot there. Fuck, that's marketing, Nick. We should have done that. Oh my, we have the funds. We could do it. Okay, we're gonna keep this in our minds that we could do that. But yeah,
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a good stopping point, though. We've been talking about it. Leave a comment down below. Tell us your favorite commercial during the Super Bowl, or tell us what your prediction was for the Super Bowl was. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this episode. We'll catch you guys at the next SavePoint. See ya.
Bye bye.